People milling around in Jeremy Hunt masks, a tug-of-war competition and a conga line, all accompanied by the sounds of drums and bells. On the face of it, this almost resembles a carnival. However, the atmosphere is one of concern rather than celebration. Members of the public and NHS workers have gathered here on New Road in Brighton to campaign against the growing privatisation of NHS services. People here are worried that the NHS will start to look a lot more like the American healthcare system unless something is done.
The whole thrust of government plans under the guise of so-called sustainability is to cut the amount of money. The whole point is to cut it, and it will simply be a Medicare system, and then they'll say, oh, we can't afford a comprehensive service, you would have to have insurance.
We've had 6 GP surgeries closed. So where are people going to go for their GPs if that number happens? So Sussex is a real centre of concern about the NHS. The more they privatise, and when you privatise something, there's no reason why it survives.
The Tories insist they are putting more money than ever into the NHS, while Labour has pledged to add an extra £37 billion in funding. The Greens have pledged to roll back privatisation, and the Lib Dems have put forward a 1p increase in income tax to pour back into universal healthcare. One of the organisers of the event, dressed head to toe as the Grim Reaper, really stood out from the crowd. He called himself Dr. Death, but his real name is John Donovan. A long-term NHS employee, he feels that he and other NHS staff have been badly let down by the Conservative government cuts.
Now, we in Sussex defend the NHS. We just believe that what's right and what's fair. I work in the NHS. I've had a 1% pay rise since 2009, where the government have had over 10%, and that's had 10% of their 87,000. I can assure you I don't get that. And this is what's coming to this country. Like in America, there'll be people dying on the streets of Brighton, Hove. There'll be people dying across the country, and it's not because people don't care. It is because they're not going to be allowed to treat them. And what an indictment on society we have as a human race, that we let people die in the gutter.
On the 8th of June, the country goes to the polls to decide the next government. Regardless of the outcome on the day, the people here will no doubt continue to fight to protect vital NHS services and keep it in public hands. Harvey Johnson, Brighton.